Welcome back, everybody, to the Westlake Hornets Teambuilder Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14. As today, the Hornets return home for some more Pac-12 players. They are set to take on the 1-8 Arizona State Sun Devils. Arizona State is usually a very respectable program, but they've just had a down year this season and have not played up to expectations. Westlake remains third in the nation, and as the weeks go on, it's looking less and less likely the Hornets will return to the national championship this season, although it is certainly possible. For starters, Westlake could use some potential losses from Navy or Texas, the two teams ahead of them. But the big team to watch out for is UCLA, who is ranked number 7. If UCLA beats USC this week, then the Bruins will advance to the Pac-12 championship, which is not good news for Westlake. They both have one in-conference loss, but since UCLA has the head-to-head tiebreaker, that would go to the Bruins. I found some crazy fun facts about Westlake in the conference championship. So for one thing, this would only be the third time since season 1 that Westlake missed out on the conference championship. The previous 2 years they missed were seasons 5 and 7, the 2 years that running back Alex Ellis won the Heisman Trophy. Even more mind-blowing, Westlake is 10-0 all-time in conference championships, 3-0 in the Mountain West, 7-0 in the Pac-12, so I found that kind of wild. Let's get this game officially underway as Arizona State will start on offense. Here's quarterback Frank Bryant. He was their QB last year, gets smothered on 2nd and 5 by the senior Dylan Washington, forcing a loss of 8 yards. Good start for the Westlake defense, and this unit has played very well in recent weeks. The Hornets have only allowed 17 points in their past 2 contests, a pair of blowout wins against Arizona and Air Force. Third down, he is hit by Big Tuna, Richard Rivers Jr., forcing the incompletion. Westlake has been playing their best football here in the latter portion of this season, albeit they have had an easier schedule these past couple of weeks, but they are playing very well at the moment. Look at this back juke by quarterback Keith Fleming sliding inside the 35. One of the main reasons why the Hornets have been a lot more efficient on offense in recent weeks has been the lack of turnovers from Keith Fleming. He has not thrown an interception or fumbled it in 3 straight games, which has plagued him throughout the season. That's made a few games too close, and that's why Westlake lost to UCLA earlier in the season. Following play, it's a short pass here to the running back, Isaiah Sparks, with a nice play to the 15. Sparks was incredible last week, rushing for over 150 yards and 3 scores on the ground. His best game of the season thus far. Following play now, Keith Fleming scrambling to his left and try to avoid the sack, and he does get it to Herman, who will find the end zone for a Westlake touchdown. Reggie Herman with a huge play. Herman has played some excellent football in recent weeks. He was quiet to start off the year, but in the past couple of games, he's been used a lot more, and maybe that's one of the main reasons why Keith Fleming has been more efficient. Westlake now leads at 7-0. Here's the Arizona State offense. Bostic on the run, breaking a tackle. Nice gain there for Todd Bostic. No relations to former Westlake running back Malik Bostic, one of the OG Hornets. He was the star of the team in seasons 1 and 2. 3rd and 3. Bryant loses 4 on the option. Doesn't even have time to pitch it. Will Herring, the sophomore, brings him down. Herring has been excellent these past couple of weeks. He started the season off slow, but, I mean, he's really come along here in these past couple of games, and he's been one of Westlake's best defenders the past month or so. Hornets back on offense. A risky throw on 2nd and 6 by Fleming. He connects to Carter Westwood. And again, one of the reasons why the offense has been better has been the improved chemistry between Fleming and Westwood. It seems like these two are more in sync. Fleming now a nice pass to Tegan Moon inside the numbers. Moon shoved out of bounds all the way at the 5. That's a gain of 51 for the junior Tegan Moon. So far, so good on both sides of the ball for Westlake. They are having themselves another very good performance. For what it's worth, this is the last easy team Westlake plays. Next week, they face off against number 9 BYU. Then after that, it's postseason play, bowl game, and hopefully, if the Hornets are lucky, a Pac-12 championship appearance as Isaiah Sparks finds the end zone, his 6th rushing touchdown of the season, and his 4th in the past 2 games. Sparks is heating up at the right time. And the Hornets now lead this one 14-0 with 2:22 to go in the first. Illuminati confirmed. as Bostic on second down loses two. The redshirt freshman Joe Lilly brings him down. Nice play by Lilly, who's made a surprisingly strong impact in the run game this year. 3rd and 12. It's a screen for Bostic. He has a few blocks, but he is smothered by Kevin Blanchard, only gaining around 5 yards. That will force a punt. Westlake gets it back, and the Hornets continue to click on all cylinders up to this point. 2nd and 8. Fleming up the middle for a wide open Cassius Troy. Nobody decided to cover Troy. And Cassius Troy is another guy who started his season off slow, but has played a lot better in recent weeks. And it's good to see Fleming continue to get some more chemistry with these pass catchers rather than just Dale McBride. But hey, it's good to see McBride still making big plays as he makes an incredible diving catch. Even as Fleming is building more chemistry with these other receivers, the dynamic duo of Keith Fleming and Dale McBride is certainly still alive. 1st and goal, it's a read option, and Keith Fleming will dive into the end zone for a Westlake rushing touchdown, and the Hornets will take a 3-score lead here, still in the first quarter. Not as dominant of a first quarter as in the Arizona game when Westlake was up 28-0, but still 21-0 isn't too bad either, and the Sun Devils will get it back here. Not a great start for Arizona State today as suspected, but this Sun Devil squad is competitive even if their record doesn't really suggest it. Nice play by Brown there to get the first down. That'll do it for quarter number 1. So far, so good for the number 3 ranked Hornets. They lead this game 21-0. The offense and the defense is looking good, and maybe we'll get another opportunity to see some of these younger backups possibly in the second half. 3rd and 4, first play of the second quarter here for Arizona State as Bryant. No time to throw it. It's a strip sack for Russell Ingram Jr., the freshman. Ingram has been very impressive. He's outplayed the main starting right end, Nick Gardner, who's a senior, and Ingram gets far less snaps than Gardner, which is very impressive. Ingram's going to have a much bigger role on the defense next year, as that is his 4th sack of the year, and he's been a playmaker these past couple of weeks. Fleming is sacked for a loss of 10 there on first down by Zach Ruffin. If there is one concern I have with this Westlake team the rest of the year, it is the offensive line. The O-line has been inconsistent this year. Now, there are a lot of young freshmen and sophomores starting there, so I guess that is to be expected. 3rd and 14, Arizona State just cannot get a stop. Reggie Herman is wide open on that play, and Fleming will connect. Keith Fleming, another very efficient passing day thus far, and Arizona State has had no answer for him. 2nd and 1, it looks like it's going to be an option, but Fleming is smothered in the backfield for a loss of 4 by Billy Briggs. And now it is a 3rd and 5 for Westlake. Hornets have been good on 3rd down so far. They are 2 for 2. Let's see if they will make that 3 for 3, as it's a handoff for the dynamic junior Isaiah Sparks. And, Arizona State's defense just cannot get a break. Westlake has been running and throwing the ball very well. And remember last week, the Hornets really struggled early on rushing the football, and then Isaiah Sparks went ham in the final 2.5 quarters. Speaking of Sparks, he's wide open on this pass and is not brought down until getting to around the 8-yard line. A gain of 40 for Isaiah Sparks, who only had 21 receiving yards on 10 catches entering this game, so he nearly triples his receiving yards total on just that play alone, and he had an 18-yard catch earlier in the first quarter. 1st and goal now. Fleming under a lot of pressure. He's going to try to run into the end zone, and he does. 2 rushing scores today now for Keith Fleming. And the Westlake Hornets take a 28-0 lead, as the Arizona State defenders were unable to get to him, which isn't a surprise. Keith Fleming is faster than most of the players on this field. And the Arizona State offense just trying to get some points on the board, and this will help. A nice play there for Marcus Hobbs to gain 23 yards, breaking a couple of tackles there on that short pass. 2nd and 10 now for the Sun Devils. Nearing midfield, it's a nice play over to Brown, who absolutely smothers Bob Adams. He does get 13 yards and a first down on the play. The Sun Devils are just having a lot of trouble moving the ball right now, but they do have a good drive going on here as Bryant taking a shot deep for the red zone, and it's caught by Preston Ashley, who runs out of bounds at around the 6-yard line, and it looks like Arizona State is in striking distance now from around the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal. Can they punch it in? Yes, they do. It's Brad Brown, the fullback, who will connect, and the Sun Devils are on the board here with just over 2 minutes to go until halftime. 28-7 is your score. See if Westlake can extend this lead. Their offense has been pretty much perfect today, as there's a nice play from Tegan Moon for a gain of 22. Hot start in this one for Moon, as he has over 70 yards receiving already. Now down to around 1:50 to go in this first half, as Keith Fleming going to scramble with it to the right. Fleming has running room, and he's going to slide inside the 25. Huge run from Keith Fleming, and his legs have been very impressive today. Couple big runs for Fleming. He also has 2 rushing touchdowns to go along with a passing touchdown. And, I mean, it's not likely Keith Fleming's going to win the Heisman Trophy or any big-time award this year, considering he wasn't the full-time starter. But, I mean, who knows? Maybe he'll make a late-season run, as he now has 2 passing touchdowns, connecting with Carter Westwood there for the score. And with just under a minute to go here in the half, Westlake will now take a 35-7 lead, as Arizona State once again down by 28. They do have some time and some timeouts to work with, though, as Bryant on 2nd and 1 is sacked by Russell Ingram Jr. for a loss of yardage. Ingram with 2 sacks here in the first half, and the Hornets would get the football back as they try to make this a 5-score game going into halftime. Fleming on 1st down finds a wide-open Tegan Moon, who fumbles it, but out of bounds, so it will remain Westlake possession, as the Hornets are now down to around 30 seconds. They don't have a ton of timeouts left, so they have to be cautious of this clock. Fleming scrambling to his left, hoping he can get a big play for Moon, and it's intercepted by Parks. Fleming probably should have ran it, but, I mean, he tried to go for the big pass. It didn't work. Keith Fleming has been a lot better in recent weeks with the interception, so I suppose he's bound to make a mistake here or there. That'll do it for half number 1. A very good half for Westlake. They lead at 35-7. And, oh, by the way, they start the second half on offense. I would expect to see some of the young backups come in, so don't click off the video yet, because there are some talented freshmen who are going to get some experience, most likely. I imagine the starters will be out for maybe 1 or 2 more drives on both sides of the ball. Nice play there by Troy, now on 2nd and 6. Fleming scrambling to his left. There are no Arizona State defenders in the area, and Fleming will gain 28 yards, being pushed out at around the 20. Keith Fleming's legs continue to be very impressive, as the Hornets are having themselves another great drive. Cummings and Sparks in the backfield here on 1st down. It's a play-action fake. Fleming scrambling again, and he will be sacked. It looked like he was going to try to go deep there. Brought down by Eric Johnson on the play. That was a hard hit, but Fleming is going to get up A-OK. 3rd and 7 now. Herman the motion man. It's a play-action fake for Irving Porter. Fleming scrambling. He's crushed, but he does make a nice play there over to Reggie Herman for a gain of 10. Unfortunately, Keith Fleming is injured on the play. It looks like the doctors have diagnosed him with a mild concussion, and his day is done. So look who's in the game at quarterback. It's the corner, Bob Adams, and this is not a troll from Westlake. Adams was a 5-star quarterback in high school. He's also a really good defensive back, as his first offensive play is a touchdown, but he's not the one who scores it. It was scored by Isaiah Sparks, who now has 5 rushing scores in the past 2 weeks. 42-7. Bob Adams is still playing defense, by the way, so he's going to play on both sides of a ball for, I guess, the rest of his game, as Justin Graves with the sack there on 1st down. 3rd and 12 now for the Arizona State Sun Devils, as Bryant going to look to throw it, and he is sacked again. It's a hat trick for Russell Ingram Jr., the freshman, now with 3 sacks. He had 3 sacks going into this game, and now he has 3 sacks on the day. So Westlake will get it back with really good field position. The Hornets have been running the ball nicely. No Bob Adams throws yet, as it looks like it's going to be a option play. Bob Adams will keep it, and he finds the end zone for a rushing touchdown. Bob Adams was Mr. Connecticut football for his junior and seasons in high school. He was a 5-star athlete, an elite defensive back, and an elite quarterback prospect, showing off some of his athleticism there on that play. I imagine we will get to see Bob Adams throw on the next drive as Bryant is sacked again by Russell Ingram Jr. Ingram now with 4 sacks today. And as I mentioned, he only had 3 in the first 10 games of the year as Russell Ingram continues to be phenomenal. Here's Bob Adams on 3rd down. He's going to connect with Mo Rogers for the 1st down. Bob Adams has the arm strength, but he also has good accuracy. I mean, the kid can throw. Now, he has not played quarterback in a competitive football game in a while, but he has an arm. Connecting now with the speedy Kadarius Franklin, who brings it inside the 10. It's good to see some of these guys like Maurice Rogers and Kadarius Franklin, who will be future starters in a couple of seasons along this receiving core. 2nd and goal, handoff for Irving Porter. He finds the end zone for Westlake, touchdown. The Hornets are now quietly at 55 points on the day. They scored 66 against Arizona 2 weeks ago. Let's see if they can break that mark. 56-7 is your score after 3 quarters. A bloodbath here in Burmester. But again, there's a lot of youth on this field and a very good reason to watch this 4th quarter play out. 3rd down, Bostic gets nothing on the screen. Joe Lilly brings him down. Lilly is a freshman. The Hornets do want to see more snaps from him, although he is on the field a lot as it is. Bob Adams remains in at quarterback. Deep throw from Adams, and it's caught by Mo Rogers inside the 5. I told you Bob Adams could throw. Westlake's not putting one of their random players at quarterback. I mean, Bob Adams has an arm, and he has not gotten a chance to play quarterback until this game, and he has looked fairly solid. 2nd and goal now. Adams connects with Kadarius Franklin for his first career receiving touchdown. That's Adams' first career passing touchdown, and it is now 63-7. Another nice play there from Adams. I don't know how much longer he will stay in the game at quarterback because I imagine the Hornets will want to get Greg Coles, the main backup, a few snaps here towards the end of the game. Bryant on 3rd and 4, short pass for Murphy, and it looks like it's another stop for Westlake. That was the sophomore Sean Harris who brought him down. Harris is a versatile defensive player who will likely be competing for the starting 3 safety role next year. As on 2nd down, Bob Adams is still in the game, and he gets pounded for a loss of 7. Sacked on the play by Zach Ruffin. Ruffin now with 2 sacks today. And Bob Adams will remain in the game. He is tough. He wants this opportunity to play quarterback, and the Hornets, as you can see, still want him in there. 3rd down, an incredible throw by Adams to Mo Rogers to keep the drive alive. And Maurice Rogers has looked impressive here in the 2nd half. He's going to be a big piece of this offense next year, so I'm curious to see how he does. Now, under 2 minutes to go, Adam hands it off for the freshman Matt Miller. Miller cuts to the left side, and he brings it all the way inside the 10. Good to see some extra Matt Miller snaps here. Miller does get a good amount of playing time normally, but obviously in this 2nd half, Westlake wants to see more of him. 2nd and goal now. Miller gets the handoff. He will find the end zone for the touchdown as Westlake adds a few points here to end the game. Westlake will not go for the extra point. They will be taking the knee because, I mean, the Hornets have 69 points. They're not just going to kick the extra point and make it 70, are they? So 69-7 there is your score with 30 seconds to go. The Arizona State Sun Devils hoping to make this score look a little bit closer. As Bryant on 1st down, he's intercepted by Sean Harris, and that's how this game ends. I thought Westlake was going to go this whole game without forcing a turnover, but they do in the final seconds, and that's how this one ends. 69-7. Nice. An even more dominant performance than the game against Arizona 2 weeks ago. It's really fun to see Westlake beat down on these weaker teams, but the Hornets have no more cupcakes left on the schedule. From here, it's just going to be tough football ahead. So we're not going to quite end this episode. I do want to show you guys what happens in the UCLA game because that determines if we have a shot to make the Pac-12 championship or not. Even if we don't make the Pac-12 championship, we can still make the Natty, so keep that in mind. We had a few guys who visited committing, including the top prospect in the entire country, Isaiah Thomas, along with Chet Kucharski. So, pretty good week for a lot of the top recruits to come out and visit because they saw a dominant performance. We have a lot of finalists for awards, by the way, which isn't that much of a surprise. I mean, we have a lot of really good football players on this team. So we would remain at number 3. It looks like Navy and Texas have both won. Navy's final game, I know, is against 0-10 Akron, so that's fun. As you can see, our friends in Southern California have decided to give us a little bit of help. The USC Trojans have defeated UCLA 44-34. So if UCLA won that game, they would have clinched a spot into the Pac-12 championship. But with them losing, fate is now in our hands to make this conference championship. We have to beat BYU, who's ranked number 8, so it's not going to be an easy game. But all we have to do is win that one, and we will be back in the conference championship. If we lose against BYU, then UCLA will make it as they do at the head-to-head tiebreaker. Who will us or UCLA be playing in the conference championship? Currently, Stanford, Washington, and Oregon are all tied for first in the conference with no more conference games left to be played. It looks like it'll be Stanford in the Pac-12 championship, however, which I'm kind of happy about because I think Stanford's a really fun team. So if we do make the Pac-12 championship, I do kind of want it to be against them. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I am out. Peace.